Hey friends, this is Dolany TV. Glad to have you aboard from the car outside in Crossfield once more. Here is another week of ball fires up for the Pirates, and let me tell you, big couple of days in a row here. Country Thunder up and done, and of course, one night of ball already in the tank as we get night one of Pirates ball for the week started here, as I'm saying tonight. Now, that said, there's time to listen to Oilers Now in the car, and well, let me tell you, there's some business we got to attend to. According to some words from John Shannon on the program with Bryn Griffiths tonight, Bob Stauffer obviously still off, but yeah, big time news there from John Shannon hinting towards there might not be as much of a rush on Connor McDavid's part to sign as one might have thought before. Of course, we've now delayed all the way until, well, mid-August on this contract extension, and I know we've kind of had this same situation with Draisaitl last year, but what I think the premise of this is, we'll discuss the finer details in a moment, is there is no doubt in John Shannon's mind that Connor McDavid wants and will be an Edmonton Oiler for a long time. That said, he backs it up as well. There's only two people in the world right now that truly know the timeline on this, that being Daryl Cates and Connor McDavid. So at least even from John Shannon's guessing standpoint, there is some concretes that obviously there are plans and wheels in motion for the Edmonton Oilers. So no need to panic right off the top. But what John Shannon theorizes here is again the fact that maybe Connor's not in as much of a rush, and really the only one that has to deal with this being a distraction when you're the captain of one of the hottest, if not the hottest teams in Canada, and you're not contract locked down for the year after, it's going to be Connor McDavid's problem to solve with the media if he doesn't sign a contract before training camps. So what John kind of summarized there on the broadcast with Bryn Griffiths is simply for the Oilers. It'll be a distraction for them, but Connor McDavid's ultimately the one that has to either shut it down or shut it up. And whether he sits there and tells the media, look, we're not talking about this beyond today, or look, hey, we're going to get some contract deals tomorrow. It really is going to come down to that for Connor McDavid. It's really all on his timeline. Obviously, Daryl Cates is in the loop the full way through as he was last time round when we locked him down to the NHL's richest contract at the point. So for the Edmonton Oilers, well, maybe a cause for concern, but again, I think when it comes from the top, that there is no concern from the organization. We have not seen any panic from the Edmonton Oilers organization at this standpoint. I think they've been very respectful when it comes to, of course, Connor McDavid's summer. We know that Connor's had a summer of fun. Draisaitl got married. It was an extended honeymoon for him and Leo out there in Europe. I think, quite honestly, Leon Draisaitl set the precedent last year, taking his time to sign. And whether at the end of the day it just gives us all something to talk about, who really cares? Because the big thing is, as John Shannon reinforced, Connor McDavid wants to be an Oiler long term, will be an Oiler long term, and it's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. And I know I did that video earlier this past year, sitting here talking about kind of you can never say never, or you can never say for sure until something happens. And that's kind of where we find ourselves, right? Everybody that wants to naysay Connor McDavid being an Edmonton Oilers player forever, well, they get to continue doing that until he signs, and I get that. But for Connor McDavid, really the beautiful part here is, right, if you don't have to rush because you know whatever you ask for, whatever you want is guaranteed by the team you're already signed by, why would you rush? Why would you worry? Why would you panic about it when you can just enjoy the heck out of your summer? Same as, hey, you know what? That's been my preach the whole summer long, is enjoy the heck out of your summer, specifically, especially when the summer's been as rocky as it has been this year, just weather-wise, is, you know what? Don't worry about hockey. Don't worry about anything. Get on the ice when you can, and you know what? We'll get to contract details when it's time. So, you know what? That's where we find ourselves. Connor's just kind of enjoying the heck out of his summer, enjoying the heck out of what's been a wonderful time for the Oilers, really, right? Back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals. Summer's been smaller for the Oilers back-to-back years, really only July and August to enjoy. So the fact that, last year Drysdale took as long as he did, and this year Connor's taken as long as he did, should be, and it really is no surprise that the boys want to focus on things other than hockey when they're going from the very start to the very end every single year. You got to remember the Oilers played in, if not the first game of the year, close to the first game of the year in preseason, and then if not, really what you want to call the last moment, literally the last game, right? The Oilers might not have been in the hockey game every second of the way, but really the Oilers were right there to the final minute of the game in Game 6 and Game 7 against the Florida Panthers the past 2 years. So to reiterate, for those of you just joining, John Shannon says that Connor McDavid might wait until after training camp has started to sign. Again, the reasoning for that is there's no pressure on him unless the media puts it on him, and then it's really his court to hold. From there, he can either say, shut up, I don't want to talk about it, and you ask me about it again, it's going to be brief, or really just basically play along the fact that, oh, by the way, tomorrow's a big day kind of deal. And we know how the Oilers have kind of a flair for the dramatics, so you kind of get that. And I think, too, for the Oilers as well, if you know Connor's just basically going to sign whatever you give him that he asked for, it really just comes down to the right timing. And right now, the only two that have that, according to John Shannon, are Daryl Cates and, of course, Connor McDavid. So there is absolutely no reason to panic. No need to worry about nothing when it comes to Connor McDavid. John Shannon reaffirming today that Connor wants to be and will be an Edmonton Oiler for a long time to come yet. So for us, that is where we find ourselves tonight. Troy, I will interject on your comment there. I am at the Double Diamonds, which means we're probably on Diamond 1 again. If anyone pays attention to that app on a good day during work, I mean, let's see it, because I know I don't, but I'm always wrong on the diamond picks, especially when live streaming. When I'm not live streaming, friends, I'm going to tell you, when I'm not live streaming, absolutely I'm at the right diamonds all the time. But yeah, so John Shannon just reaffirming that for Connor McDavid, everything is all A-OK, everything is all good right now as it stands, and we are just kind of waiting for that number day and contract value to drop, and that will be all she wrote for Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. So looking forward to seeing that to be the case here shortly. Again, like I said, the precedent was set by Leon Draisaitl last summer, so we'll see when it happens, and we'll see what goes on. But it's nice to hear again that, we're a day closer, and summer, it's 28 degrees outside, beautiful, and the fact that I get to talk a little bit of Oilers but not have to worry about any on-ice product yet is absolutely amazing as well. So friends, thanks so much for being aboard. Thanks for an active comments section today. As always, we'll catch you soon, and yeah, if you're new to the channel, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like as well. Thank you for being aboard, friends. From Crossfield tonight, I think we got the Trash Pandas, so the Pirates versus the Trash Pandas. Good matchup against my good buddy Scotty, and looking forward to seeing what the Pirates can do out there this evening. So appreciate you being aboard. Let's go Edmonton Oilers, right? I think we even heard that shouted outside of Country Thunder on the weekend. And to wrap that up again, if you haven't had a chance to catch from me since the weekend, Country Thunder was an absolute blast. One of the things I'm grateful for this summer, that's for sure, and I hope you keep continuing to have things to be grateful for this summer. 28 degrees today. Get out and enjoy, friends, even if it does storm by the end of the night. Enjoy it.